Good morning, Chuck here at Garden Spot Acres. Well, we had the remnants of the hurricane blow through last night. A little windy, a little misting, but I got some work to do in the goat barn today. It's mighty breezy out there. There. I'm gonna start putting the siding on in the goat bedding area today. But I got a box full of styrofoam, the high density stuff. This came as packing in the Husky tool cabinets that I bought for the garage makeover. So I'm just going to use some black caulk here that I had picked up by mistake and stick this stuff on the walls and start putting the sheathing on here. I don't know if I told you, but we lost a chicken a couple weeks ago. A couple weeks ago. And we thought we lost it, and it got out of the fence, and something carried it away. So a few days passed, and I'm walking by the goat barn here, and the goat barn has the back door, if you remember. And I had it prop closed. Actually, I had it wedged closed with a screw and a wedge of wood. Well, it must have got windy one day and opened up. And that chicken got in here. Never heard a peep out of her. The door closed, the wind closed the door back up. I looked all over the place for this chicken for a day. Couldn't find hide in her hair. Or should I say, couldn't find feathers or wings. Nothing. So a few days passed, and I heard this little pecking noise as I walked past the barn here. I said, what the heck is in there? Would a bird fly there? Then I said, oh boy, I wonder if she's in there. She was in here. 3 days without food or water. And I got her and I carried her over to the water, and she stood there and drank water for, oh, I would guess 15 minutes. She was really dehydrated. And in about 2 hours, like good as new. Couldn't even tell that she had been trapped for 3 days without food or water. Now, there was no eggs in here, nothing. I mean, there was no sign of anything. So I don't know if as soon as she didn't have water, she quit producing eggs. But there was nothing in here. Some droppings, but they were just wet and yucky looking droppings. But everything else, there was nothing here for her to eat. There was nothing here for her to drink. But she made it. There's always an adventure with the chickens. They're such goobers. But we're gonna keep putting this foam on, and as soon as I get it all used up, I'll start putting the siding on. I'll be back with you then. Well, it's not the prettiest, but it got rid of it. I didn't have to put it into the landfill, and it made some use out of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start siding over here in this corner. I'll level that board up, work my way this way, then around the back. This doesn't have to be insulated, it's interior. Work my way around here, I got 4 doors to build. So I'll be doing that in a future video. Okay, she's right on with that board. So I'm just gonna put that board right up against the studs there and nail that in and work my way across. Everything's really damp out here today. Just sticky damp. Now you don't want to put any nails right here on the edge until the next board's on. That way it'll tighten down too much on the tongue. Just make it troublesome to get the next board in. That's better. Like this board went through the ringer here. Caught up in the planer, it looks like, about an 1/8 inch thinner up here. All right, I gotta get me a pry bar in here and pry that one over tight. Then it should be squared back up again. Looks like that'll work. If I go 6.5. Well, it's just about lunchtime and I knew Sue was gonna make some type of eggplant dish. So I'm gonna head inside and have some lunch. I think she filmed the eggplant recipe for you. We'll see you inside.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my kitchen at Garden Spot Acres. Today I'm going to make for you a delicious, warming eggplant sausage soup. Grab a cup of coffee, have a seat, and join me as I make this delicious soup for you. The temperatures have been dropping during the day here, so I thought it was time for a good hearty soup. I'm going to start with some browned hot Italian sausage. I have this ready to go. Everything's going in the pot. I've added to this onion and garlic. Basically, I have a package of hot Italian sausage. It was a 19-ounce package. Also, 1 onion. I'm using a red onion, but you can use any kind of onion that you have. If you prefer yellow onion, white onion, it doesn't matter. You're going to make this recipe to suit your family. I'll give you the basic recipe. You can adjust it as you go. Maybe you don't like hot, spicy things. You can use a regular sausage. You could use ground beef or ground turkey, whatever your family likes. All right, so that's into the slow cooker. I have here a pound of eggplant that I have cubed, and they're about 1-inch cubes. My eggplant are still producing in the garden. I picked, 2 days ago, I picked about a dozen eggplant. I don't know, it's a week into October and they're going strong. All right, give that a little stir. Also, into this crock pot, I've got 2 stalks of celery diced up. Don't forget the leaves, they make a good addition also. So in they go. Baby Bella mushrooms, about 4 ounces. These were this was 4 mushrooms. So that goes into the pot. If you don't like mushrooms, leave them out. Add more of the other vegetables. And I have here 1 large carrot cut up into bite-sized pieces. All right, in that goes. Look how easy this is. All right, I need to add some tomatoes to this mixture. These are tomatoes that I canned from my own garden. This is going to be a full bowl of soup. Okay, I want about a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And again, you can adjust that. You can use any seasoning that you want. Give everything a good stir. And the last thing I'm going to add to this is some broth. I'm using beef broth. If you want to keep this as a meatless soup, you can not put the meat in, obviously. Use a vegetable stock, use a tomato juice. But I want to put in here 1 container of beef broth. And it all goes. Okay, give this a stir. This is going to cook all day long, about an hour before supper time. I'm going to come back to this, check it for seasoning, and add some elbow macaroni. Now you could have in this soup also potatoes and leave out the macaroni. You could put in both. It's really very flexible, very versatile. You put in the vegetables you like. Some summer squash would be good in here. All right, let me do a little seasoning here to start. A little salt, a little pepper. All right, another quick stir. All right, it's going into the slow cooker. And as I said, just before serving, about an hour before serving, I'm going to add some macaroni and heat up some bread, and we'll be good to go for supper. Well, the eggplant sausage soup has been cooking away in the slow cooker for about 5 hours. I tasted it. It just needed a little bit more Italian seasoning. The salt level is good at this point, and it looks like there is plenty of moisture to cook the macaroni. So I'm adding just a half a cup of elbow macaroni. I'm going to stir that in and let this cook for another hour to an hour and a half. Once that macaroni is tender, The soup will be ready to eat. Well, it is supper time, and I just called Chuck in to enjoy some soup. The macaroni is cooked perfectly after an hour and a half. So let me dish some up, and we'll be ready to eat. So I'm going to top that with some Parmesan shavings. Add a nice slice of warm bread. And there you have it. Eggplant sausage soup. If you enjoyed this video, or you would like our channel, Garden Spot Acres, please give us a like, share it with your friends who you think might be interested also, and feel free to comment. We'd like to hear from you. Have a great day.